Okay, welcome. This is our class presented by the Council of Emotional Alchemy and Molecular Science, also known as CEAMS. You can find that group on Facebook. And the class tonight we're presenting is called Upgrade Your Mirror. Where's our mirror? We have a mirror right here. Alchemy and Molecular Science, also Upgrade known as Your Mirror. You can find that group on Facebook. And the class tonight we're presenting is called Upgrade. I'll mute this. Sorry, I've had all kind of issues with YouTube Live today. I'm using Wirecast. If anyone's ever done YouTube Live, they've changed it. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But at any rate, we're on take 2 here. I think we've got audio. I know, Jamie, you were on. If you can shoot me a message in the chat saying you can hear me now, that would be fab. Oh, are you saying no audio for me? Or was that before? Are you saying that now, or was that before you don't have audio? It's saying from my end that the audio is just fine. Let me see here. Okay, she hears me now. Okay, and thanks for that, Jamie, by the way. Appreciate it. Okay, so the class we're going to talk about, what we're going to talk about today is why most diets fail. This is a struggle for so many people, and it was a struggle for myself. You know, I'm 43 now, but about 7 years ago, I did a toxic cleanse, lost about 40 pounds in 6 weeks. Haven't looked back since, honestly. That was about a month or two before I gave up chemical engineering for good and got out of the corporate world. So it was a huge transformation. You know, for those that toxic cleanse a lot, they know that it's not just about cleansing stuff out of your body. Like, it literally changes what you see in the world. When I start toxic cleansing, I see more messes on the floor. I see, you know, things that need to be wiped down where I just simply didn't see them before. So toxic cleansing is powerful for so many reasons. Becoming conscious of, you know, becoming aware, all these different things. But today we're going to focus on the weight loss aspect of it, because so many people are hitting a rut when it comes to dieting and getting to their ideal weight. And I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about a few different things that have caused so many people problems, and it hasn't really been brought up very well. And one of those is this. So most of us are deficient in nutrients, right? I think we all know that. We all have, to some degree, some nutrient deficiencies. And I shouldn't say we all, but let's say most. So we have nutrient deficiencies, and now we need to lose some weight. So what do? We start cutting calories. We start reducing our calorie intake. What does that do? It reduces our nutrients that we're already taking in. So now we're really nutrient deficient. So now our body literally goes into starvation mode and starts telling us, eat, eat, eat. You know, please feed me. So that's why we get so hungry during dieting. And then, you know, what do? We get taught willpower, push through, you can do this. And what I'm going to share with y'all today is you don't need willpower if you're doing it right. Like, you really do not need to go through that. It's time to stop punishing ourselves in all ways, but especially in diets and weight loss. It just doesn't make sense. You know, a lot of overweight people are literally starving right now, so their bodies are always telling them to feed them, and it's just because they're not getting enough nutrients. So we're going to talk a lot about nutrient density. We're going to talk a lot about superfoods and how to get superfoods into your body, and we're going to get into the miracle plant in a little bit. But I wanted to first touch on that. So it doesn't make any sense, right, when we start dieting and then all of a sudden we're starving, but we push through, we lose some weight, but then all of a sudden the weight starts coming back, right? So why does this happen? Well, the main reason it happens is our fat is connected to toxicity. This is across the board, even for skinny people. Our fat is like interlaced with toxic molecules and compounds in our body. So when we go to these starvation diets and such, you know, it's going to work in terms of dropping weight, right? If you just straight up cut your calories down, it generally will temporarily, you know, reduce your weight on the scale. And that's why people think it works and they keep going back to it. The problem there is when you're not addressing toxicity and you're just pulling the fat cells off and leaving the toxins behind, the body sees that as brand new toxicity. and makes the proper response to create brand new fat cells to cover up that toxin that you just left exposed. So yeah, you might see the fat cells leave for a little bit and your scale takes a dip, but then the scale comes right back when your body makes the proper decision and covers up that toxin with a fat cell. So this is the problem with most diets, right? Sorry, I'm on the wrong slide there. This is the problem with most diets, is that you're gonna, you see on the top of the graph there, you're gonna have some toxicity. You're gonna lose that weight, but you didn't affect your toxicity, so the body's gonna respond by putting more fat cells on top of the toxins. And then you see below, if you do it the correct way, in my opinion, and most people that study this, and do it with toxic cleansing, now we can remove the toxins and the fat cells. They both go out mostly through the urine, some through the other waste stream. And now we're literally changing the game, because we can now be toxin free and fat cell free, and there's no driving mechanism to get our body to that weight again. Except if we go back to the same habits, that's obviously a driving mechanism to get us the same result that we got before. But if while you're learning these toxic cleansing techniques, you also start to learn about superfoods, and that's really the key to any great toxic cleansing program, in my opinion, is to get your toxicity levels low and your nutrient levels high. And now you can be happy, healthy, smiling, in a good mood, and all that jazz. And you don't need all that willpower stuff. When you're giving your body the nutrients that it desires, and the cells in your body get what they've been wanting and desiring, then they finally tell your brain, you know what, I'm good. You don't have to keep feeding me. And you're going to find periods of, throughout the day when you're just not as hungry when you're on this miracle plan. It's just incredible. I find that I eat about 50 to 60% less. And if you're thinking, oh, this must be one of those diet pill things and it's not healthy to eat that much food, you just told us that if we, are already nutrient deficient and reduce our calories, then that's the wrong direction, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about changing your calories to superfoods and very, very condensely packed, nutrient-dense plants and botanicals that have things that your body is desiring. And so the miracle about this plant called Moringa oleifera, which we're here to talk about today, is that it doesn't miss anything. Like, it has all that the body needs to replace your vitamins, nutrients, and supplements, including your omegas and fish oils. So you're gonna replace your fish oils with plant-based omegas. We're gonna replace our proteins with plant-based proteins, right? So this one plant called Moringa oleifera, has 46 antioxidants. Well, oxidation is huge in terms of causing disease, in terms of just causing inflammation, causing trouble in the body. So if we can get control of oxidation, we're doing a huge favor to our body. And then you got 36 anti-inflammatories. Well, what's in the way of the healing of most diseases in our bodies? It's inflammation. So this plant has more anti-inflammatories than any other plant on the planet. So right there, that should tell you something, right? Our bodies are going to respond well to anything we give it that has this many anti-inflammatories in it. And it's got omegas 369s. This is the brain food, brain candy. You've probably heard about the struggle to get the ratio right of the 369. You want to get these omegas just right in the right ratio. Well, guess what? When God creates it and humans don't, the ratio is already built in for you, right? 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential amino acids our bodies don't produce. This is absolutely critical. Let me take a sip of water. This is absolutely critical because when our DNA is replicating, right, our DNA is using different proteins to plug into these different segments along the DNA chain. Well, what makes up proteins? Amino acids, right? So especially for vegans and vegetarians, when they go to that diet, they're going to miss out on some of their amino acids that they were getting from, red meat and chicken and all that jazz. So the 9 essential amino acids that our body doesn't produce are really kind of hard to get when you're not taking in animal proteins. So it's really essential that you do your research and find the right plant proteins. The beauty of this is, this product, I shouldn't even say product, this plant has such a broad spectrum. You see it right there. It has all the amino acids our body uses and the 9 our body doesn't make. So right there, we're getting all the aminos that our body makes. So this is huge for vegans and vegetarians. We have a vegan plant protein that came out. The chocolate is absolutely amazing. The vanilla is good too. It's just an incredible product. But yeah, if you're looking at going vegan or vegetarian or already there, you really want to take a look at amino acids. I mean, a lot of people are paying attention to nuts and beans and legumes and all those different sources of protein, but if you're not paying attention to where you're getting your amino acids from, it can cause some issues. And I can tell y'all, there's a lot of problems with vegans getting cancer right now. And I'm not making it like an epidemic for vegans, because the vegans that understand what I'm talking about right now get it, and they're not going to be in that danger zone as much. But I mean, more than any of the rest of us. But there's a lot of new vegans and new vegetarians that aren't understanding this, and this is very serious game. When you go to give up your major source of protein your entire life and swap it over, you got to understand what you're doing, because protein is a tricky game, and it's critical we get it right. Okay, so Moringa also has over 90 nutrients and health benefits, so that's absolutely huge, right? So this is all in one plant. It's pretty amazing what is all in this plant, actually. And we're going to go over to this slide. It's got 9 times the protein in yogurt. It's got half the vitamin C in oranges. That is not accurate. It's got 7 times more vitamin C than oranges, 15 times the potassium in bananas, 10 times the vitamin A in carrots, 17 times the calcium in milk, 25 times the iron in spinach. Now, and this looks like this data, I just pulled this slide up before the presentation, but this slide looks like it's more from the seed cake than the leaf powder. So there is a difference between the seed cake and the leaf powder. And most companies that you'll see out there, actually all companies other than the one I play with and the dream team we've put together and I play with, all the companies have leaf powder. Well, leaf powder is great for making you poop, which is good. Colon cleansing is pretty amazing, and it's great for giving you energy, which is great. But the seed cake is where the magic happens in terms of the omegas, and the seed cake is where the magic happens in terms of the anti-inflammatories, where you get the majority of those players into the mix, including the amino acid profile. So if you're not getting the full profile of this plant, you're cheating yourself. I mean, if you're only playing with the leaf powder of the Moringa plant, you really might find that when you go to Zija's Moringa, that's a company we work with, and try it out, you're going to find drastically different results, because this plant or this product has all these different parts. We have the leaf powder, the seed cake, and the fruit. All other companies I've ever found have the leaf powder. So if you see a company that has more than just the leaf powder, please let me know. I have not found it yet. I've done lots of research on this. It's an expensive process to remove the Moringa oil out of the seed cake before you put it in a product for consumption. And you cannot consume the Moringa oil. It's too detoxifying. So I think that's why no one's copied us yet. I am 100% certain someone will copy us down the line, but as of right now, we have no competitors as such. Okay, so I think we're going to go to screen share now and watch a quick video. I hope the audio is going to be all right for y'all here. We're going to go watch a quick video on... Oh, I have the wrong video. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to watch this quick video. I think the audio is going to be alright for you.
Miracle tree. What is it? It is a tree native to the foothills of the Himalayan mountains that has been used medicinally for thousands of years. There are many varieties, and it is known by many names around the world. The variety we know to be the most nutritious is Moringa oleifera. Ken Brailsford, an icon in the health and wellness industry, was asked to watch the Discovery Channel documentary on the miracle tree. After further investigating Moringa, he felt morally and spiritually compelled to come out of retirement to bring the health benefits of this tree to the masses on an international scale. Mr. Brailsford enlisted expert formulators to develop an organic, all-natural, 100% bioavailable and enzymatically alive product called Smart Mix. When combined with water, one packet contains over 92 verifiable nutrients, most of which are at least twice the U.S. recommended daily allowance. They realize that by combining the leaves, the fruit, and the seeds, Moringa provides gram for gram, 70 times the vitamin C of oranges, 17 times the calcium of milk, 25 times the iron in spinach, and 15 times the potassium in bananas. The seeds contain a healthy dose of omegas 3, 6, and 9. This gives one a great boost of brain function and mental clarity. The seeds were also used to purify water in Africa. The plant-derived phytochemicals provide 46 antioxidants, which among other benefits help slow the aging process, and 36 natural anti-inflammatories. Moringa also provides 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential amino acids the body does not produce. These are the building blocks of protein, which are critical to the growth and repair of the body's cells, which aid in digestion and blood circulation. Ken Brailsford Company, Zija International, is bringing you this miracle plant in ways no other company does. They are the only company that uses the most beneficial parts of the plant, the seeds, the leaves, and the fruit, to give one an optimal dose of the nutrients we've just described. Zija has complete control of the Moringa plant from the time it is planted until it reaches the consumer. They own proprietary Moringa farms in hot, dry climates where they thrive. They hand harvest and shade dry the crop to preserve nutrients. It is then vacuum sealed and shipped to the state-of-the-art NSF registered manufacturing plant to ensure delivery of every possible vitamin and mineral. God made our bodies, so if we give it the nutrition it needs, it can repair itself. Moringa oleifera is a whole food, not a supplement. Moringa oleifera is the most nutrient-dense botanical on Earth. So doesn't it just make sense that if we strive for optimum health, we would give our bodies the most nutritious plant God has provided?
All right. So, yeah, that was our little animated video on Moringa. It is absolutely incredible. I wanted to talk next about, let me change my screen here so I can see if y'all do throw a chat. I can see the chat, by the way, if y'all want to throw a question. Okay, so one of the most important things I've studied when I became a toxic cleanse coach, started studying all this information, is how the body burns fat, because it's actually kind of critical. So our bodies burn carbs first, then fat, then protein, in that order. So if we have a diet that's heavy in carbs, our body is going to spend most of its time burning through carbs. This is also called sugar burning mode. This is also called adrenaline. This is a great state to be in if you're being chased by a bear or if your kid gets stuck under a car, right? But it's not the greatest state if you're working in a cubicle. Who am I looking at? If you're working in a cuticle, you don't want to have the experience of feeling like a bear might be chasing you, because you're literally just like always on edge, right? And a lot of people are feeling that experience in life right now, like there's stress and anxiety, like there's so much going on inside their brains, like it's just like all the time, and that's because our bodies are staying in carb burning or sugar burning mode. So the key is in any good toxic cleansing program is to get into ketosis. When you remove enough carbs out of your diet, you're going to get into ketosis, which is fat burning mode. Now your brain's going to operate better. You're going to have more focus, more clarity. You're going to have less hunger because your body is burning fat cells. Whereas when you're in sugar burning mode, your body's burning the carbs, but it's already telling your brain, get me more carbs. I need more of this. This stuff's amazing. Like, give me more of this. Give me more of this. I need more carbs. So getting into ketosis is a magical place to be. Moringa as a plant is amazing at reducing carb cravings. So, you know, we have the daily tea is good for this. XM Plus is good for this. XM Burn is good for this. XM3. There's so many different Moringa products that are really, really amazing at getting rid of these carb cravings. So again, the theme here is we don't have to use willpower. We're doing this with our body's natural ability to get into these states that are our natural states. You know, we're not meant to be in carb burning mode all the time. And, you know, a lot of diets will say, well, just get off all the carbs. It's easy, and then you'll go into ketosis, whatever. And that is easy for some people. Some people, willpower-wise, it's no problem. And for some people, it's the hardest thing in the world. So that's why it's so beneficial to have a plant that can almost take you by the hand and just lead you the way without, you know, stopping for that brownie or you know, buying that Coca-Cola or whatever. It really, really does change your habits. But as a cleanse coach, it's great for me because I don't have to tell people, you need to get off this, get off this, get off this. You know, if it's tough, suck it up, you know, like get in, you know, access your willpower. No, I mean, I could tell people, get on this plant. You know, the only thing I'll tell them when I'm setting them up for a cleanse is, you know, warn them about a few products not to mix together, like the XM3 and XM Burn are both stimulants. I'm going to tell them that kind of stuff. But the only other thing I'm going to share with them in terms of, you know, the cleanse is don't eat just because it's lunch. Or if you're going to eat just because it's lunch and you're going out with some friends to lunch, get a half a salad or something. I mean, put something in your body if you have to, just for social reasons, but don't eat just because it's 5 o'clock and it's time to eat. Listen to your body. Your body's going to probably have you eat way less food, and it's because our bodies aren't meant to eat as much food as we eat, especially Americans, right? We're eating 2 and 3 times more volume food than we need. Why? Because the foods we're eating are bankrupt. You know, the nutrients aren't there. The vitamins, all these different omegas and the plant proteins our body's looking for, all these different things our body's looking for, is just not there. So it's always telling us, you know, try something else, put something else in that hole because you ain't gave me what I'm looking for yet. So that's why this plant is so valuable, because when you give your body all that it needs, you can literally feel your body. Sorry, I'll speak for me. I can literally feel my body saying, "Oh, that feels good." Like you can, like, you don't have to eat. I'm content right now. You know, I've got all that I need. You just gave me all that I need in that drink. And this is a whole food. You know, this is not a supplement. Moringa is a food, like it said in the video. Okay. So I think we're going to go over to, we're going to go over to this slide here. Talk about this a little bit. So this is a slide that goes over all the things that we're legally allowed to say. Now there's some more things that we're not legally allowed to say, but these are all things that we are legally allowed to say. I believe this is a Zija approved document. I'm not 100% sure on that, but increases mental clarity. It's an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. It's good for UTI. Stimulates hair growth. Enhances skin health. It's good to fight cholesterol. Increase energy and endurance. That's a big one. Vision improvement. Normalizes blood pressure. Antidepressant. You know, antidepressant's one of the most exciting for me as a health coach and toxic cleanse coach. I've had more people tell me that they're happier on this plant, and quite a few people tell me that they got off of their antidepressants with this plant. So that's pretty amazing. And I'm not making a medical claim that this can help you get off your antidepressants. I'm not doing that at all. I'm saying that people told me they did get off their antidepressants. It's different than saying it can. So just staying legit there with the FDA. It strengthens immune system, used as an aphrodisiac. There we go. We talked to a buddy of mine from Malaysia, and he hadn't heard of Moringa. We said, well, let's look it up in Malaysian just to make sure you haven't heard of it. And sure enough, he's like, oh yeah, I know that plant. We use it for vitamin Viagra. So interesting. That's in Malaysia. They know it for that. Antifungal, reduces wrinkles and aging. The skin line we have called Gen M is especially miraculous at anti-aging. The Moringa oil itself is incredible. Anti-tumor, nutrition for infants and pregnant mothers, nursing mothers. They have an article you can research. Moringa doubles milk production, and you can find an article that they prove that it doubles breast milk production. Improves digestion, eliminates constipation, anti-ulcer, detoxification, improves wound healing, appetite suppression, and normalizes blood sugar. Yeah, so the main 2 things that this plant does are the main 2 things that humans need. Increases nutrients, decreases toxicity. There it is. There's your magic formula, right? If you increase your nutrition and your nutrient density, and you decrease your toxicity, it's going to be a win, right? I mean, it's a pretty simple formula. So that's the basics of what we can say legally in terms of that plant. And there were some other things at the bottom I wanted to touch on. Oh no, that was a different slide. Okay, I had different slides in earlier, but at any rate, so that's what we can say legally about that. So what we do with Zija, I already mentioned a couple times that this company puts all these different products together with Moringa, and we use all the different not all, three different main parts of the plant: the leaf powder, the seed cake, and the fruit. Right. So we have teas, we have nutritionals that you take daily that you put in your body. We have metabolism boosters that can increase your focus and clarity, give you energy for workouts in the gym. We have an entire workout line that's plant-based. That's the first workout line that competes with synthetic products. So that's pretty exciting right there. And then on top of all of that, this company Zija has the first clinical grade essential oils. And this isn't the right class to get into that. We definitely will be doing more essential oils classes. You can look on my YouTube channel. Excuse me, subscribe to my channel for some of our old classes we've done. Excuse me. Something caught in my throat. So at any rate, so now we're going to talk about how does it all fit together? Like, how do the pieces come together, and what can we do with the different pieces in terms of cleansing and making it easy, using the easy button, right? So I'm going to go to screen share first, and then we're going to go over here. This is my boy Dr. Plant, who is the head of our research and development team. Pretty amazing guy. I've interviewed him on my radio show. You can research or just go to my channel and find it, or it's you can search Joseph Zenner, Dr. Plant. You'll find it. Great interview he did with me, and talked about all the different ways our Moringa is different and better than other Moringas, and why our essential oils are truly in a category to themselves as well. But let's hear him talk about this $40 introductory kit that we offer people. This is called the Second Wave. We do have some codes for this. It takes a promotion code to get this kit. We do have some codes right now, but if you want to get this, please act soon, because we don't know when these codes, they all have a 28-day expiration date on it, and so we keep getting new codes, but we don't know when this is going to end. We're just riding the wave until it does end. But here, we'll check out Dr. Plant.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joshua Plant, Chairman.
Come on. Okay, Dr. Plant, what's the dealio, bro? Let's try this again.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joshua Plant, Chairman of the Zija Product Advisory Council, and I want to be the first to congratulate you of buying the second.
Huh. Okay, it is not a good technology day for me today. But anyway, I'm going to swap back to this for a second. See if we can let that video, I had already loaded it before though, so if it was going to load ahead of time, it should have done it already, but at any rate, we'll give that a minute. Okay, while we're doing that, if we have any questions, please feel free. I know we have a few people watching. If you have any questions on what we've covered so far, please feel free to shoot them out there. So in the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about the plant protein product, because that's one of my favorites. As I mentioned earlier, it does come with this $40 kit, by the way. You get 4 of them. Chocolate is what you get in this kit. We also have vanilla, but they give you chocolate in this introductory kit. So, and I want to show y'all, you know what, I'm just going to go find it real quick, and then I'll pull it up so we can see it once I find it. Because there's an image that's really powerful in terms of understanding why this is a big deal. And it has to do with gram for gram nutrient density of these plant proteins, right? So I'm going to make this bigger. There. Go back here, screen share, and blend them. Okay, so what you're looking at here is, this is actually on every package of the plant protein, this little chart. And these are your 9 essential amino acids that the body does not make. You might recognize the first one as tryptophan, right? Put you to sleep after a good Thanksgiving dinner. And again, where'd you get that essential amino acid? From turkey, right? So if you're giving up your meats, you got to really focus on where to get them from plants. And here you go. You're doing that right now, obviously. Okay. So first off, we have the required milligram to gram concentration. That's a concentration unit to create complete protein. So this is like saying, what's the density? How dense do we need this protein to be? Because milligram to gram is like how many milligrams of tryptophan in the total grams. Does that make sense? And this is what they're saying to create the perfect protein. And then on the Moringa protein column, you can see what you're getting from Moringa to that associated amino acid. And then the percent required is just doing the math on 15 over 7 is 214%. So you can see you're getting well over your daily necessary requirements of all of these amino acids that your body does not make by itself, yet you critically need. It's in the word, critical amino acids. So you could just take 1 plant protein a day right here, and boom, you're done worrying about your 9 essential amino acids for that day. So this is really a powerful thing in terms of getting your proteins right. Again, I'm going to just keep saying it, especially if you're getting off the animal proteins, which so many people are doing right now, right? And there's a lot of vegetarians that still take whey protein. Whey protein is actually a pretty good source of this. We actually have one product in our entire product line that is not vegan, and that is our whey protein. I don't even recommend it anymore. Now that this came out, this is a superior protein to whey. I want to be very clear about that. This is absolutely superior to whey in my opinion. I believe that whether you're talking about proteins or omegas, fish, fatty acids for the brain, the plants are going to do better than animals. And I think a lot of people have thought otherwise on that, like you're going to get better proteins obviously from whey. And maybe that was true before they really discovered Moringa. This is kind of a new thing. A lot of people don't know about this plant. And this is easily the most dense amino acid plant on the planet, and you're looking at it right here. I mean, here's your proof, right? And if anyone wants to challenge that, I'd welcome it. I would say pea protein is a good one. Rice protein is a good one. Soy protein is complete crap. Don't put that in your body. Sorry, soy, but that's just my opinion. And you're watching this video to get my opinion, right? Yeah, and I mean, there's some other decent proteins out there. I haven't seen anything that can compete with this, period. So. All right, so we're going to go back and see what old Dr. Plant is, see how ready he is. He doesn't look much more ready than he was before. We'll try this again.
This is an incredible opportunity you have in just a short time to drastically improve your health and wellness and jumpstart your weight management system. This is a revolutionary combination of products that have been formulated by the top scientists around the world and doctors. And I'm encouraging you to listen to this video to know exactly how to use these products to take full advantage of this opportunity. Inside one of the second wave kit, you're going to find 4 daily regimen sample packs. I'm going to go into details of what each one of these daily sample packs contain and how to use those products. You will also find 1 sample card of the most revolutionary weight management capsules on the market. This is the most demanded weight management capsule in the history of Zija International. And we are finding thousands of people's lives changing from this simple product. And on this product, I'll talk about how you can use a promo code to simply get 25% off your next order. So stay tuned with me as I go through each one of these products. Talking about the daily sample pack, what you're going to find in here is a sachet of Super Mix, a pouch of core Moringa protein, 2 XM Burn capsules, and the Zija Premium Tea Bag. Follow this regimen for 4 days, and you're going to see some tremendous results. First thing you do when you wake up in the morning is you're going to want to combine Super Mix with about 12 ounces of water. What is Super Mix? Well, Super Mix is a way of giving your body all the nutrition it needs in one simple, non-synthetic manner. What it is it's using Moringa oleifera, the most nutritiously dense botanical found on Earth. Over 500 peer-reviewed scientific articles have been focused on Moringa oleifera and the nutritional value that it brings to not only Western civilization but throughout the world. Zija International is the first to identify and commercialize this wonderful botanical, and we have led in its quality. We have done so by giving you Super Mix, which contains over 2 heaping handfuls of fresh moringa leaves that have been proprietarily shade-dried to enrich the nutrients up to 40-fold, and preserve those nutrients naturally without any toxic preservatives or so forth. In addition to containing over 2 heaping handfuls of fresh moringa leaves, which contain more vitamin C gram for gram than an orange, more vitamin A than a carrot, more protein than yogurt, more iron than spinach, you're also getting the moringa seeds, which are rich in the essential fatty acids that our brain needs to properly think and function. And also the moringa fruit, which contains the vital minerals such as sodium and potassium and manganese that are so critical for enzymatic function in our bodies. All of this is found in one simple sachet of Super Mix. Simply open it up, mix in about 12 ounces of water, shake, and drink this wonderful, naturally based product. Now, to really accelerate your weight loss, you're going to want to start your day right, and you've done so with the Super Mix. But continue moving forward. What this is the core Moringa plant-based protein. There's so many different proteins on the market, whey protein, soy protein. Nobody knows what is the best to take. Well, we've solved that problem at Zija International. What we have done is we have identified a complete protein, meaning it contains all the amino acids our body needs. We have identified this from the Moringa oleifera tree, and we are the only company that has effectively been able to isolate that protein out of the Moringa oleifera leaves and deliver to you. This is a gluten-free, no added sugar protein shake that is giving you over 20 grams of protein from pea, rice, and most importantly, Moringa oleifera. You're getting those amino acids that are so critical for lean muscle development, as well as keeping you full throughout the day. Formulated specifically to accelerate and jumpstart weight loss without cannibalizing your own muscle growth. What an opportunity to jumpstart your metabolism and keep you full throughout the day. The core Moringa plant-based protein. Now, as you go throughout the day, you're going to be tempted in a variety of different ways, through sweets, through the treats on your desk. What we have done to help you get through that is through the XM Burn capsules. There's 2 capsules here. What I would encourage you to do is take one in the morning, shortly with or after your core Moringa plant protein, and then another before or after lunch. It's going to give you the ability to jumpstart your metabolism, increase focus, and help you curb that unwanted appetite that is not justified. This is a very powerful product, and it can help you get through the day focused and energetic. Now, in the evening, you're going to want to detoxify your body. What we have included in this daily regimen is the Zija Premium Tea. Simply steep this in hot water for about 10 to 15 minutes and enjoy. It contains a variety of different herbs to help calm you down, but more importantly, to help you naturally detoxify throughout the night. You'll wake up in the morning and understand the macro detoxifying experience that Zija Premium Tea brings. Simply take this in the evening, detoxify while you sleep, and you'll wake up refreshed. And why is it so important to detoxify? Well, 1, removing those toxins out of our body are critical for our mental and physical health. But 2, by removing those toxins, we are removing many of the barriers that plague our metabolic and fat-burning processes, giving us the complete ability to maximize our own metabolism, the Zija Premium Tea. So follow this regimen for 4 days. Now, I want to throw in, as I mentioned before at the beginning of this video, this powerful weight loss capsule called XM3. If you're really wanting to jumpstart your weight loss in lieu of the XM Burn capsule, simply take 1 of the XM3 capsule in the morning. This is the most powerful weight loss capsule on the market, and as I mentioned before, the most demanded capsule that I personally have ever seen, and also in the history of Zija International. Take one and you're going to find enhanced neurotropic properties. Your focus is going to be through the roof, and you're going to find yourself having a decreased appetite like never before. It's going to give you the ability to turn down those unwanted foods throughout the day, that which in the evening we usually come to regret that we ate. And you're going to find yourself on a most aggressive weight management loss. And as I said before, the 4 capsules is just going to tease you, and you're going to see those results. And so that's why we have provided you this access code to where you can simply go in, Zija International, log into your back office, enter in this promo code, and be able to get 25% off your XM3 order. That's a huge savings. So I want to encourage you, as you have gotten a part of this second wave kit, to revolutionize your own health and wellness in just 4 days. But more importantly, I encourage you to activate and upgrade so that you can maximize the complete Zija opportunity. And you're going to see that you have achieved your life unlimited in no time at all. Thank you for watching this short call, and I look forward to seeing you all at the Zija Summit in October.
All right, that was a nice little video by our infamous Dr. Plant. He is the head of our research and development, and actually the vice president of our company. Phenomenal guy. I'm glad to be a part of his team. I think because of guys like him and his team he's put together, we are going to stay ahead of the curve. You know, like I said, I think other people will copy these products down the line. You know, the fact that we're taking the most valuable botanical on the planet, we're taking all the most valuable parts of it and putting it together. I think someone else is going to copy that one day. But I feel that we're always going to stay ahead of the curve because it seems like every few months we're coming out with something new and miraculous. You know, I'm going to Orlando this weekend for 8 new products to be announced, and from what the higher up guys are telling us, this is the biggest product announcement yet. So I thought the last one was pretty big. So it's really cool to be a part of this movement. You know, what I feel is like this is something I would share for free. I started studying Moringa about 7 years ago. Found this company about 2 years ago. I've been growing Moringa for 7 years. I've been telling my friends about it. I've been sharing the Discovery Channel documentary, which you can search on YouTube and find it really easy. So I know what the question is, would you do this for free? Heck yeah, I did do it for free. I was sharing about this plant for years and years before I found this company. So now I just, and by the way, I had taken Moringa off my tree in my backyard. I'd tried it many, many times in salads, and I'd made salad dressings with it and different things. I'd never felt good from it, or if I did, it was too minor to notice. It wasn't until I started taking Moringa daily from Zija that I was like, holy cow, now we're talking, right? And it's just because, you know, when they put it all together for you, you know, yeah, you can grow it yourself, eat the leaves. Please do that. I'm not telling you not to do that. Please do that. But please don't eat the seeds unless you really, really, really do your research. Some people do eat the seeds, I'll tell you that. Zija does not, and I do not endorse eating the seeds because it has the Moringa oil in it, which is not, it's too detoxing to be consumable. So I'll have to admit I have eaten seeds, but at my own risk, and I definitely don't recommend that. But my point is, you cannot get what's in here just by having a plant at your house, and you certainly can't get it from any other company because they simply don't have it. They don't have the fruit, they don't have the seed cake. And the seed cake is what, you saw it briefly in that first video, it's what they use in third world countries in Africa and such to filter water. It actually removes fluoride, which is huge for those that know about the fluoride issue in the United States. Well, think about it this way. We're water beings, right? Like our humans are about 70 or 80% water. So if this seed cake filters water, well, what's it going to do in our body? It's going to filter out that fluoride that we've been consuming in the shower. You know, even if you don't drink, I live in Houston, even if you don't drink Houston city water, if you don't have a filter upstream of your shower, you're still getting that fluoride in your body every day. And this is one of the most toxic poisons out there. It's horrible for the pineal gland. It calcifies. It's just bad, bad news. The powers that be are not putting this in there because they think it's good for our teeth. They're putting it in there because they know it makes us stupid. This stuff was used by Adolf Hitler on the Jews, you guys. Like, this is legit, serious, bad news stuff. And it's just one of the toxins that lands in our body that makes it really hard for us to focus, really hard for us to have energy, really hard for us to find happiness. So it's no, big mystery why so many people are miserable right now. It's an indictment of what's been going on. And, in terms of what's been going on, well, we've been getting bombarded with crap foods. We're one of the only countries where GMO has pretty much become the norm, whereas like a lot of European countries don't even allow them in their country, Oh, hey, Chris. What's up, brother? Glad to have you on. And I'll get to your question in just a second there, Peaches. But so the foods have become bankrupt. We've started, adding GMOs. We've got aspartame in our freaking soft drinks and anything. By the way, anything that says diet or low fat, please stay away from it. These fake sugars are kicking our ass. MSG is kicking our butt. Nitrates and nitrites. Meats were not supposed to be circular. There's just, I could go on and on about what they're putting in our food to make us less functional. I do believe it's intentional. You don't have to, even if you don't believe it's intentional, I think most people can agree it's happening. And whether or not you agree it's intentional doesn't matter. What we can do is remove the toxicity, and that's the bottom line. We get the toxicity out, we get the nutrients up, and that's where the magic starts to happen for people. And I've seen it in my own life. I did this first toxic cleanse about 7 years ago. Like I said, lost 40 pounds in 6 weeks. I have not gained any back. Actually, and then after that 40 pounds, I lost about 15 to 20. And over about 7 years, I gained about 15 or 20 back on. And so about a month ago, I was like, let's do this. And I just went on another powerful cleanse, and 15 pounds in a month, gone. Everybody's now at work is like, oh my God, you're so skinny. What'd you do? And it's kind of true. My buddy gave me some jeans at work that I couldn't fit into. So I just went on a little cleanse. But that's the power you have when you have these products. That's why it's so powerful. And by the way, I wanted to mention, Dr. Plant says it very briefly, so I want to slow it down for you. If you're going to take the XM3, use it in lieu of the XM Burn and any other stimulants. Do not take any caffeine. Do not take any cocaine. Do not take any other stimulants. Do not take two of these ever, 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 ever. This is a powerful, powerful product, XM3. It has a neurotropic in it called DMHA that you can look up. Powerful stuff, but don't mix it with other stimulants. So he did say it in the video. He says take this in lieu of XM Burn. I just want to make very clear for anyone listening to this, that is a real deal. And if you want some additional tips on that $40 kit and what I would do with it and how you can stretch it out into, instead of a 4-day cleanse, you can make it an 8-day cleanse. I also did a video on that you can find on my channel below here. You can click on my channel and in videos. And it's called Second Wave. I think Joseph's in her Second Wave or something like that. So at any rate, let me see what question we got here. How fast can people lose weight taking Moringa? Yeah, I mean, it's all over the map, honestly. We've definitely seen more than 25 pounds a month. That's not the norm for sure, but for people that need to lose a lot of weight, over 20 pounds in a month is not unusual to see at all. Probably more normal is 10 to 15 pounds a month. That'd be more, average weight loss in a month. And, some people don't lose anything for a bit. Like there was a guy, let me try to think of his name. That'll come to me. There was a guy that took it for 90 days and he had eczema all over his body. He was, 60, 70 pounds overweight. He was taking about 22 pharmaceuticals. And he took it for 90 days with not much happening for him. Luckily, he trusted the guy who put it on to him. He kept taking it. And after the 90 days, bam, I mean, his body started really responding, started dropping weight super, super fast. His eczema started disappearing within another 90 days. His eczema was all gone. It was debilitating eczema he had. And it's just magical story for him. But if he would have given up and not stopped taking it before that 90 days, his whole life wouldn't have changed. And now he's a multi-millionaire with this company. He's skinny. He's got no eczema. It's actually psoriasis he had. He's got no psoriasis anymore. So, you really just want to stick with it. What, in my opinion, what caused his reaction to be so slow was the pharmaceuticals. Our plants do not interfere with the pharmaceuticals, but the pharmaceuticals can interfere with what our plants are trying to do. So it can just slow down the progress of what the Moringa is trying to heal within your body because all these strange energies are roaming around that we don't really understand. You know, if man understood molecules well enough, I would applaud him for creating molecules to put in his and her bodies, but we do not. And so I think it's shameful that Americans are not. Why am I saying Americans? That scientists are creating molecules synthetically and such like this that they don't really understand well enough. Now, sometimes there's molecules that are copied from plants that are completely safe. They've done some testings, things like that. There's definitely instances that, you know, pharmaceuticals can play a good part. I mean, I think some antibiotics are very valuable. I think some thyroid meds have not been well duplicated by plants, although this company came out with AGX men and AGX women, which is pretty powerful for balance and hormone and thyroid function. But in general, I do not think pharmaceuticals are needed for most of the functions that people are being put on them for. Things like cholesterol and blood pressure and you know, heart disease, diabetes, all these things. These can be regulated with plants, and I'm not saying that this company's products can do it because I don't want to get in trouble with the FDA, but I will say blanket statement that they can be dealt with plants much better than with pharmaceuticals. And so please do your own research. Start looking into this. I want to mention, by the way, a super great website. I'm going to take y'all to it right now that you can go find. Is called Research Moringa. Probably with my website, I can just do a few words and it'll... Oh, you know what? I removed my cookies the other day, so it's not working. But anyway, Research Moringa. I usually type R, and it's like Research Moringa. So this is the Discovery Channel documentary you can check out here. This is our database on from the National Institute of Health. This is all the different things that are in it. We've looked at that before. There's your amino acids and what they're good for. This is a very valuable little biology lesson on what the amino acids are good for. And then here's all the different health and medicinal uses, water purification, agriculture, and other supporters of this plant. Holy cow, you know what I mean? So this is a big deal, folks. And why people in America have not heard about it, a lot of people will say, oh, it's conspiracy, it's conspiracy. This time, Joe Zenner, of all people, is not claiming conspiracy, believe it or not. I just think no one brought it to market yet because you can't patent it. I mean, that's the reality. Just like you can't patent lavender, you can't patent moringa. So no pharmaceutical company could make money off of this plant. And so until Zija came around about 10 years ago and started teaching people about this plant and educating people about it, there really wasn't a driving force to get people in the States to look at it. Now, people in India, people in the Philippines, Thailand, Korea, I think China, they've been digging on this for ages, you guys, like way back. You know, I told you about my buddy in Malaysia. So it's a Western world type of thing. We're kind of the last to the party, but I'm part of the Moringa movement, and I'm going to die teaching people about this plant. I will never stop telling people about this plant because I can't even imagine another plant taking over as being more important to us. And yes, I know about cannabis, and I think it's valuable and it's phenomenal, especially for cancer, especially for seizures. It doesn't top Moringa in terms of what it has because it cannot give the body all it needs to put itself back on course correct. You know, it just cannot. So I'm going to be a part of the Moringa movement. You know, when you get into health, it's very confusing, right? It's like, drink high pH water. No, don't drink high pH water. That's going to hurt you. Eat soy. Tofu's great. No, don't do that. It's going to jack with your estrogen levels, you know. Eat margarine. It's better for you than butter. Oh, wait, no, wait a second. Margarine's horrible for you. It turns out it's plastic. Butter's way better for you. You know, there's so much misinformation out there. There's so much confusion out there. What if there were one plant that simplified everything? You know, what if you could just hydrate properly and take one plant and it would really just simplify everything about what you're doing, and that one plant would help you make better choices on the other plants and foods that you put inside your body? What if? Well, that's the case. And so it's my job and a lot of my dream team's job. I know Chris and Jamie were online earlier. It's our movement to spread this word, and we are going to put this in the hands of a lot of people, and we're going to help a lot of people with this. The stories are absolutely incredible. I wish I could tell you more of them because this is going on the internet. I can't share testimonials about a diagnosis. That's against the FDA's policy. But I will tell you that I have heard some absolutely phenomenal stories about what this plant can do. I'm trying to think if I can mention the diagnosis without telling the story. I think that's borderline trouble, so I won't do that. But needless to say, it's pretty incredible. So Chris's question is, so I don't want to lose weight but want to detox. What would be the best products? Yeah, great question, Chris. And so even if for people that don't want to lose weight and don't want to trim down, everyone can benefit from losing a few fat cells. When I say that, I mean the fat cells that are covering our toxicity need to go, right? So we can all remove a few fat cells, and really, if you're not trying to get to your ideal weight, you can do like a little 10-day cleanse on this, and then just do a maintenance cleansing. So you could do the tea every other day for 10 days, get on all the products from the daily nutritional to the tea to the XM3 or XM burn, either or, whichever you choose. Those are the three major steps of the cleanse: nutritional, detox, metabolism booster. And there's different, there's 3 different options for this. There's actually 4 different options if you count the protein shake. And then there's many different options for the metabolism booster. But essentially, those are the 3 steps. But when you're done cleansing and you get to your ideal weight, or if you already are at your ideal weight and you just want to do a little 10-day cleanse, then really all we recommend is this daily nutritional. You can still do a weekly tea just for maintenance. But if you're not worried about gaining weight back, you could probably bump that to twice a month just to do your little detox. But we recommend everyone take this until the day they die, probably in your late 160s or so, maybe 180. I don't know what you're going to live to if you take this every day. But yeah, so it's not all about losing weight. There's a buddy of mine named Lucian Fernandez. He's actually on all of our support team, all the people that are on my dream team. He's on our support team. He lives in San Antonio. He's a skinny guy. He's always been a skinny guy. He's been looking to gain weight his entire life. He got on our weight management program, and again, it's a weight management program. It's not a weight loss program, and he gained 12 pounds in 6 weeks. So this plant puts lean muscle mass. So we also tell people, I'm glad you brought this up, because we also tell people if you're going to start a cleanse, the matrix you want to measure is your belt, how your jeans fit. Take some measurements, and your mirror, because your scale is going to lie to you, because as we all know, muscle weighs more than fat, and this is going to put on lean muscle mass. And I can tell you guys, I'm a yogi, right? I don't do a whole lot of yoga, but that's the exercise I get. I do yoga, and I play soccer, and I play football, and I play basketball with my daughter. That's the extent of my working out. And about every other month, I go to Beachbody Gym, and I do a session with them. That's about it. But y'all, I started having bigger muscles, and I know this ain't much, but like my muscles started growing just from being on Moringa daily, without doing any workouts or push-ups or anything like that. So it's powerful stuff. It can really affect how you look in the mirror. It's really good at shaping you. And by the way, for those that are quite a bit overweight, not to worry about that flab. Zeatin is a plant hormone. It's pretty amazing. You can research it. Zeatin's actually where the word Zija came from. The Z came from zeatin, and Ija is the Sanskrit word for Moringa. But zeatin is amazing at reshaping the body as you get skinnier. Instead of leaving all that flab, it just kind of returns your skin to its original shape. So when you do get your ideal weight back, you actually look like you did when you were at that ideal weight. Or if you were never at that ideal weight, you look like other people that are at that ideal weight, because you don't have that flab, because that's the magic of zeatin. And so, how much better does it get than that? Even surgery can't do that, right? You go get surgery and do the cheating way, and you still got to deal with this flab. You got to do a tuck, and now you got a scar and all this crap. Well, no. Use these plants, use this detox program, and you don't have to mess with all that, right? So really magical stuff. I've now gone over an hour, so I'll start to wrap it up. If anyone has any last questions, please throw them in there. I'm trying to think if I missed anything that I want to cover. Yeah, I mean, so in the $199 NHR kit, this is the month. So if you want to get the $40 kit, reach out to someone that may have shared this video with you. Ask them if they have a code for the second wave. If they don't, not to worry. We're always running a promotion. There's always a good deal you can get on board with. But the $199 kit is called the NHR kit. You get some Super Mix, which is one of the daily nutritionals. This happens to be Smart Mix, but you get some Super Mix that lasts you a month. You get some daily tea, which is about mood enhancement and appetite suppression. You get 20 of those. That'll last you a long time. especially if you watch my video on how to stretch it. You get 10 of the detox teas. You can also stretch those into 20 detox nights, which is 40 days of cleansing because it's every other day. And then you get the XM Burn, which is our metabolism booster. And you also get an oil called Trim and Tone. So Trim and Tone has lots of citrus in it. It's got some spearmint in it. So it's actually delicious. You do 5 drops 3 times a day. It's also going to help your metabolism. It's also going to help burn fat cells. And, excuse me, some people have that little thing that they don't like down here or below the thighs, wherever your area is that you don't like, where you got a little flab or a little cellulite. You can rub that oil from the outside in. You're going to detox from the outside in and the inside out. It doesn't get any better than that, you guys. And you get to play with essential oils. I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better. So, Trim and Tone, amazing. Yeah, Peaches MacGyver is saying she loves Trim and Tone. I love that name, by the way. Trim and Tone is another piece of our puzzle. And, you know, the beauty of this is you start taking Moringa every day, your body's going to start to self-correct. But then there's always going to be, you know, something that might come up. Well, that's where you have your entire medicine cabinet from the essential oils. So now you can tap into your essential oils to, you know, finish off the little bit of, you know, maybe allergies here, you know, flu there, cold there. And I'm not saying, by the way, that essential oils can cure any of those things. I'm saying they can support those things and help those things. FDA, I love you, baby. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think we've taken all the questions that are going to come in. I appreciate you guys for joining us on the live. And please subscribe below if you have not subscribed to my channel. There are lots of other classes that you can find on this channel. And also you can join CEAMS, the Council of Emotional Alchemy and Molecular Science. Lots of other classes in there. I actually have a YouTube playlist within my channel that has all of the different classes from CEAMS in there just to keep it concise for you and things like that. ResearchMoringa.com is the place to research this plant and to find out how to get it. Just reach out to the person that sent you here and they can share more about that. I appreciate you too, Jamie and Chris for joining. And we will talk to y'all soon. Much love and namaste, y'all. Peace.